Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk about the importance of using tools, shall we say, in your business to help you do lots of things. In today's tool, we're talking about AI. And the quote today is from Gary Kasparov. It's not about man versus machine. It's about man with machine. I love this quote because I think it's so important for us to use technology where we can to do better in every aspect of our business. AI is here to stay, and learning to use it and work with it is really one of the smartest things that you can do for your VA business. Let's go. I'm your host, Tracy Daviero, the confidence coach for virtual assistants, and today we're talking about something I think is kind of exciting and very, very practical. Content creation using AI, ChatGPT to be precise. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, I don't want to use that, I'm not a tech person, I don't want robots writing my stuff, or I don't have time to learn how to use it, I want you to know this is an important episode and it's for you. This is about learning how to work smarter, not harder. It's about getting support with your content creation so that you're not staring at a blank screen each week and wasting so much time. It's about using tools like ChatGPT to help you show up consistently, confidently, with content that connects and converts. So if you are one of those VAs who struggles with marketing or content planning or content creation, or if you've just been winging it when it comes to what you post, please stop. This episode is going to change how you look at AI and how you use it to build your business. So let's start with a little bit of honesty. Creating content regularly, things like social media, newsletters, blogs, podcasts, if you do that, even proposals or email sequences, it is a lot. And if you're like most VAs I work with, you probably feel like you don't already have enough time, that you don't know what to say, you're repeating yourself, or that you're worried about saying the wrong thing and maybe even sounding unprofessional. If that sounds familiar to you, it's not just you. That happens with every business owner. We're not specialists at marketing, and we don't need to be. That's when we get a little bit of help. Creating good content does take effort, but creating ridiculously good content, that takes a plan, some confidence in your voice, and often a little help where you can get it. I know exactly what this feels like. I never knew what I was doing with my marketing content when I was a VA. I didn't know what to write about. I thought everything sounded either salesy or dumb, and I wasn't getting any traction from it anyway. It really was a lot of time wasted for me until I started working with a marketing coach who helped me find my voice, my message, and everything. And that did cost me money, but it worked. And I'm so jealous that you guys, this generation, if we can say, has the ability to get help easily for your VA business marketing. Enter ChatGPT. I love using ChatGPT for marketing content. It's so helpful. It does not replace me. It does not write my stuff for me, but it supports me, and it can support you too. Let's clear up something right away. AI tools like ChatGPT are not here to do your job for you. They're not here to automate your voice. They're not going to magically make you some kind of a content queen overnight. Wouldn't that be great? But what they can do is they can help you brainstorm faster, organize your ideas more clearly, structure your content, draft outlines, create hooks, intros, call to actions, and even help you sound more confident and polished. They are an assistant. A really smart assistant who doesn't get writer's block, doesn't need coffee, and doesn't ghost you when you need them the most. And if you're worried about sounding like a robot, you're not going to, because the secret is this: AI is only as good as the prompts that you give it. So you have to learn to use it well, like garbage in, garbage out, right? You learn to use it well to get the best quality out. And when you feed it the right context, the right examples, and the right instructions, it will give you ideas that sound just like you. only faster and more consistent. And don't even get me started on the judging ourselves and trying to sell ourselves. It always sounds better when somebody else writes something about how great we are, right? And that will come out as well. So let me talk to you about how I use ChatGPT in my business. I love using it for list making, for checklists, for drafting outlines, for trainings, for podcast episodes, loads of things. And it is a real time saver for me because it starts me off and then I can take things in the direction that I want them to go. For example, podcast episode planning. I start by asking ChatGPT to help brainstorm, say, 10 episode titles or topics based on a theme that I want to work with, or based on my analytics of popular episodes. That's something that I can put in there too. Things like confidence, client communication, or visibility. I might ask it to pick a mood or a theme or direction, something like that. Something maybe sounding inspiring or informative or statistical or educational. And then I just pick my favorites out of the list and I ask it to help me structure the talking points. Do I use everything that comes out of it? Absolutely not. I'll ask it for 10. I might use 3 because that's what I'm using it for, is to get some ideas. You can also use it for newsletter drafts. Once I have a podcast topic, I can ask ChatGPT to create a newsletter summary or even write an email from my point of view and using my voice, the way I write or the way I speak. And then all I have to do is tweak it, add personal touches, maybe examples of experiences that I've had, and I'm done in a fraction of the time that it used to take me. Social media posts. I can drop my blog post into ChatGPT and ask it to create 3 short posts that pull out highlights from my podcast episode or article or blog, and to include calls to action, confidence building language, and even questions to encourage engagement. It's so important to really think about what you're looking for out of the results, right? And when you're thinking about social media, you can even tell it to create social media posts that are in the style of Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever the platform is that you're using. And it will tailor things to those particular platforms, like the way that people post there. Course materials or offers. If I'm launching a workshop or promoting a program, I can use ChatGPT to help draft things like the sales page outline, my FAQs, and emails to promote the program. I can also ask it to help me outline the courses and create the workbooks or worksheets. It just keeps asking you, would you like me to create a worksheet for this? And I've tried some of that, to be quite honest. I don't love what it kicks out because obviously I'm not giving it the right information yet, but these are things that you can use it for. I don't even use it fully the way a lot of other people do. And it's not that I couldn't do all of this stuff on my own. I have been writing content for years. I've been creating courses for years, but I don't want to spend 6 hours a week writing posts and emails anymore. I would rather spend that time coaching, recording, or even hanging out with the dog in the backyard. And ChatGPT gives me back that time so that I've got the draft and I can take it outside and sort of go through it in a lot shorter time than I did previously whenever I had to create it from step 1. And honestly, ChatGPT helps me do a lot more of what I want to do. It doesn't matter if I'm busy, I can still get the things done that I need to do for my business, and so can you. So what makes AI-generated content good? A lot of people get this wrong. It's not a shortcut to great content all of a sudden, right? You need to know what makes content great in the first place. And here's what you still need, whether it's written by you, with AI, or by a copywriter. You need a clear message. You need a strong point of view. You need a tone that sounds like you. And you need a call to action that invites connection or conversion or some kind of interaction. ChatGPT can help with all of that, but only if you give it the right foundation. You can't just say, write a post about organization. That's too vague. But if you say, write a warm and encouraging Instagram caption in my voice. I'm a virtual assistant who helps business coaches with their group programs. I want to talk about how a smooth client experience is essential to someone being a good coaching client. Make it about 100 words long include a call to action that encourages someone to book a discovery call with me. That's the whole caption, right? From the write a warm and encouraging Instagram caption to the discovery call with me. That whole thing is a query that you put into ChatGPT to get the results that you want. And with that much detail, you're going to get a whole lot closer to your own voice and expertise than you ever would just putting in a simple short prompt. Write me some Instagram posts for a virtual assistant of business coaches. You have to tell it what you want. And so you still have to do, there's still a lot of brain power, and you can tweak it afterwards. I tweak all of my stuff and maybe even add a story from your experience, but the bones are done in 5 seconds and you can totally move forward with it. That is the power of good prompting, and it's the best way to make the most of your ChatGPT work. Good prompts are the key to getting the right results and the best results from your AI. One of the best things I did was take a little bit of training in how to use it better. I entered my ideal client description, my programs, my expertise, and more into it so that it could get to know me. It has a memory, and you're able to stack that memory the way you like. And I entered writing samples, and I have a lot of conversation with it on a daily basis so that it does get to know how I speak and the words that I use. I have asked it to be someone important, like a marketing specialist or a copywriter, and that up levels what it spits back out too, because not only does it get smarter, but because it uses the data to send out better content or better stuff. It's just so cool. Can you tell I like it and I use it every day? Yes, you can, of course. So what can you use AI to help you with? I don't know. Here's a list of things that you might want to write down. Blog post ideas and outlines. This is something that VAs struggle with so much. So maybe that's something that you can use it for. Podcast episode planning and scripts. That's more for me, but if you are somebody who's looking to do some kind of training or you want to start talking about being a VA, there's not a lot of VA podcasts out there. You could do that as well. Social media post hooks and captions, of course, email newsletters, but also email sequences if you want to be able to send, some information to your mailing list about some specials you have on or that you have, whatever it is, any kind of a sequence that you want to send them. A sequence for your lead magnet if you want to. You can even use it for some of your client tasks. Now, be cautious in this case because, of course, that's not what we're talking about today. But video scripts and YouTube descriptions, course outlines and lesson drafts, sales page copy and offer breakdowns, lead magnet creation. But for yourself, you could use proposals, bios, service descriptions, client-facing communication templates, right? Sample emails that you want to send out, canned email responses. A lot of VAs I know will use ChatGPT to finesse their language a little bit in communication that they have with their clients, especially the challenging stuff. Anyway, there are a million ways you can use it for yourself and for your clients. And that's just a really small snapshot right there. I hosted a content workshop for VAs, if you recall. I think it was in the spring. And I was super excited to introduce our participants to working with ChatGPT. And not long after that, I also attended a business workshop myself, and I hosted a group session on using ChatGPT that was extremely popular. Everybody is so curious, and I think the biggest holdback is they don't want anybody to know they're using ChatGPT, right? They're afraid of it. They're afraid of being found out. But to me, it's not about that. I always recommend it as a starting point and then changing it to suit your needs, and especially your voice. Don't forget that piece. It has to sound like you. And it's also key not to try to do everything at once. Start with one task, maybe your newsletter, maybe your Instagram content, and get comfortable with it. Start to use it and figure it out, and then expand from there. Some people will always feel a little bit weird using AI to help them write content. I understand that, but here's how I think about it. Using AI to support your writing is no different than using a calculator to check your math or a project management tool to track your tasks. It's automating, right? You're still doing the thinking, or at least you should be. You're still setting the direction. You're just getting support to move faster, to stay consistent, and to feel more confident in what you're putting out there. I definitely remember when I first started using it. I did not like what it spit out for me at all. And it looked like what everybody else was putting out there, the emojis, the em dashes, the bullet points, the language. It was salesy, it was smarmy, and it was icky. And it was only when I learned that you have to teach it who you are, then it can start to produce results that are more like you. It's not cheating, it's actually cheering. And in your corner, you've got a ridiculously helpful tool just waiting to help you show up more often, more effectively. So if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, Tracy, I want to try this, but I'm still not sure how to get started, I have just the thing for you. I'm actually running a live workshop called Create Content with ChatGPT, where I'll walk you through exactly how I use it to brainstorm, structure, and draft content every single week. You're going to get my favorite ChatGPT prompts for content creation. I'll just give them right to you. A plug and play content workflow that you can use in your VA business. A live demo of how to tweak and personalize the output that comes out of ChatGPT. And of course, lots of time to ask questions and get real support. It's a live workshop after all. Whether you're creating content for your own business or for your clients, this workshop can help you feel more confident, more consistent, and more creative without adding hours into your schedule. That workshop is happening in November. I'm doing a series of workshops this fall, 4 of them, and that is number 3. If you're interested in registering, you can send me a DM. I'll share registration details very soon. Or you can go to yourvmentor.com/links and details will be posted there as soon as they're available. That is all I've got for you for today's episode. I hope you see AI as a tool for your creativity now, not so much a threat to it. You don't have to do content creation alone. You don't have to burn out trying to be original every week and spend so much time sitting in front of that blank screen. Do you do that? I've done that. You just need the right support and the right strategy to show up confidently. If this episode sparks some ideas for you, come and tell me. I would love to hear how you are thinking of using ChatGPT or how you are using it. You can DM me on any social media platform or drop a comment on today's post. And you should sign up for the workshop. It's going to be what? Ridiculously good. I'm Tracy Daviero, the Confidence Coach for Virtual Assistants, and I'll see you next time.